Welcome back. We're starting a new week on the Pirahna build. This week we're going to spend 5 days on this thing, so you'll get to see a lot more progress than the last video. Last video was basically just a couple days. Paul got back, did 1 day worth of work, and then we played for a weekend, and now we're back to work. I promised to show you what those are for on the last video. I apologize. I got ahead of myself, didn't realize that we didn't get to that step, and we are going to get to that step on this video. I promise you I will not let you down on that one. That box we may get to on the next video, probably not this video, and I promised to show you what was in that box that's on the back of the boat, and that will hopefully happen in this video or possibly the nenext video, depending on how far we get this week. We've got an air show in Oregon, and we've got to I can only work here 3 days this week, and then Justin and I are both taking off, flying to Oregon and working with the Patriot Jet team for a 4-day deal. Then we'll be back here, but Paul is going to stay here and work while we're gone and get this beast probably quite a bit done this week. I'm pretty excited about getting a full weekend on this thing. Okay, that being said, we're going to get to work. You're watching the videos, please like and subscribe, put in a comment. It helps the algorithm, it makes the channel grow, and without that the channel does not grow. We're just staying stagnant. I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and I want to show you guys this cool project, but to be honest with you, it's getting a little monotonous putting the amount of time and effort into these videos. Every time you hit the like button, the subscribe button, or you leave a comment and I respond, that helps the algorithm move this video out to more people. The more people that see it, the more views we get, etc, etc, etc. Back to work here. Paul's working on the roof panel now. We've got this new nose fascia in here. Thing looks amazing. It's not completely done, but it was done enough for us to go put it on display. And now he's working on the back side of this gull wing roof panel. You look at that beautiful spine right there. It's just turning out amazing. Got a bunch of stuff showed up. A bunch of parts showed up over the weekend. We've got our catch can for our radiator. We have our radiator can that showed up. I don't know if I showed that. Radiator can showed up. We got brass bushings for our hinges, the buttons for the glove box, our hose clamps that we're going to be using. We're not putting cheesy hose clamps on this thing. We've got a tool to compress those. We've got more hose. And this is for the thing going on the back of the boat. Leave you wondering just a little bit longer what the heck we would do with those. These are all parts for the reservoir. And we've got a halo mirror. We use this mirror on the 33 boat, and I absolutely love it. The one that we put on the Mojo boat, not too good, doesn't work in the sunlight. Kind of stupid to not have a mirror that works in the sunlight, but that was the case on the Mojo boat. You see Paul's brain is smoking right now. He's trying to figure out how he's going to do all this stuff. Anyway, back to work. Okay, we got our tab made. It's 1/4" aluminum. It's going to sit up here for our RLB whips. Get those welded in. Okay, got our RLB whips in. Looking pretty good. Get that bracket welded in, and then our outlet will be right there. That will work out really nice. Beautiful. All right, I told you we had this box sitting over there. We're going to let you know what it is here. Not a first, but a first for us.
This is a little spoiler surprise right here.
Ah, what could that be? Did you grease before you... That's kind of a... What kind of a message is that? Seriously.
That's a funny message.
Definitely have to make sure this isn't a child-friendly video.
Here's the other thing about these folks.
Oh no.
So they send you this with that.
Okay. Comments. Please make comments. I want to see the comments on that.
So these are our towers.
All right. So these are the towers.
You go in, you adjust the height there, the depth, and these puppies.
If you haven't figured out what this is, it's windshield wipers. Dual windshield wipers.
We have plenty of room.
Yeah.
Plenty of room.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Electric windshield wipers. We're going to try to put these on a momentary switch where we can just push a button on the steering wheel and get a wipe. Like you get a wipe only when you actually want one, not have it just go start and stop. That's secret number one. Number two, the balls coming shortly, and what was in that box, which is going on the back of the boat. It's coming. Just be patient. Okay, I promised to show you what was in that box in the back of the boat. Here's the big reveal. 2 Stroud parachutes. Hot pink. But we're not done. There's something else going back here. It will be here tomorrow. But basically we'll build these into a rack up here. Have all the pulleys. Got the pulleys, the lever, the release lever. We got everything. Everything to make 2 parachutes fire. These are, I believe, 6-foot parachutes. So, and they're short coupled with a spring. So there's a spring inside of here with a drobe chute that will shoot out and make these things activate really quick if the boat gets out of control or appears it's getting out of control. Simply pull the handle up here, it'll be mounted up in the ceiling, and you'll be able to release those 2 parachutes, and it should stop you in a matter of seconds. There it is, one of 3 things. I'm keeping a secret for a couple other ones here, but 2 parachutes going in the Pirahna Boat. And we got our super whiz-bang plugs made with our orange tethers removed before flight on both exhaust tubes to go with our parachute. We'll have another remove before flight lanyard up here, and that will be to safety the parachute so that we don't accidentally, somebody doesn't reach in there and pull the handle.
Can't give away my secrets. They're precious.
Then we have our ski tower that we made. Volmer actually milled that for us before we had our own lathe. We didn't have any way to do it. We've since tapped the top of it so we can put a GoPro camera mount up there. Basically it's going to sit something like that. Throw a ski rope on here, but not have it too obtrusive, sticking out like a sore thumb. We might raise it up a little bit more. Might even put it up on the cap like this. Not really sure just yet, but we'll figure it out. We always do. Why that made me so nervous. That made me nervous.
8 hours of 3 hours of work.
Yeah.
How much do you think that's on the panel?
That looks really cool.
Yeah, that looks really good. It looks faster. It's getting faster.
I kind of just started hammering down.
Clico.
Got our ski tower in, ready to be welded, and our rugged radio antenna. If you watched some of the earlier videos, rugged radio hooked us up with all the goodies for this boat. Gonna have all the good stuff on it. So we're getting ready to start our project with the wiffle balls, and talking with Paul. He doesn't think we have enough balls, and I thought he was talking about to drive the boat, but he's talking about the wiffle balls. Yeah, we probably need a couple bags more. Have you figured it out yet? Stick with us, we're going to show you. And I'm going to go on Amazon and order some more balls. Alright, we've figured out our pull points for our parachutes. We figured out we're going to build a box in here that's going to hide all this bend. If you noticed, when they welded up underneath here, it warped all of this, and we were going to have to build a cage over this anyway. So this kind of kills two birds with one stone, gives us our pull point for our parachute, and gives us the ability to hide this really bad warpage that took place welding in this box for this pump. So Paul is making these mouse holes pass through all this stuff, so this one has to get drilled, and making it so that we can fish stuff through here, through our cavity. Get our chase light's going to go in right here. We've got a wire to pull that. Our whip light's going here. They'll travel inside this pipe, and everything will be inside the pipe. We're going to try to hide as much of the stuff as possible. And then our parachutes that I mentioned have the pull cables. We're going to attempt to come through the hole, through here, up this pipe, around this corner, into this cavity, and our pull lever should be about right there somewhere, right over his head, to deploy the parachute. So we'll see if we can make that work. Otherwise, we're gonna have to mount them on the outside and try to use pork chops or something, make them look really nice. Okay, we got our fuel tank here. Got our bird feeder, looks like. Basically, this is the tube that the fuel sending unit's gonna fit inside of here. Bolt down. This will go down inside the tank, stop any fuel from sloshing and moving around in there, and that will get welded into the tank right there. And you might say, well, why do you need a tube in there? You'll find out in just a second. There it is, all done, all welded up. Fuel sending unit will drop right in there, bolt in. That will drop in there, and we'll weld it in. We have to drill one more hole in this thing. We need an access panel right there. Okay, got our second hole. Clean this baby up. Also working on our A-pillar down tubes for the center here. Got one of two. Here's the second one. We'll go in here like so, and make it look more like a off-road truck, as well as transfer some of those loads into the center, which is basically what it's designed for. Okay, front bars are in. That looks really good. Gives it more of that off-road look and helps support the roof center cage. Lets us pull from our ski tower, which got all welded in, looking really nice. Got our fuel level plate in with the tube in it. I don't know if you can see the tube in there. This is our fill port. We're going to put that about right there, somewhere kind of centered in this corner. And we got the last bung going in for our transfer tank. So our transfer tank, which is right there, is going to just transfer fuel from the bottom of it into the top of this tank. We're reading all of our fuel levels from this tank, and we'll have a fill port on that tank just like this on here, going to our fill part on top of the swim deck. Okay, I said I had another item going on the back of this boat. We talked about the parachutes. We got that already figured out. It has just arrived, but I think we'll wait till next episode to show you what that is. No, we'll open it down. What do you think? The wing, kind of part of the deal, but there will be another fin up there with a number plate and the light bar here. So what do we got? Part drag boat, part mini boat, part off-road car.
Time attack.
Okay, we got our fill port on. We've got our bungs all in. This is the part that goes in here to plug our hole. Get all the shavings out through that hole. You can look inside of it and make sure it's good. We can see our tube to drop into, like that.
Going in.
Alright, fuel sender's in. And now the big reveal. Why do we have wiffle balls? Wiffle balls, Justin. Why do we have wiffle balls?
Well, I saw this little experiment by Filthy Motorsports, and he's been testing all different brands of wiffle balls for use as baffling for gas tanks. So this roughly 26 gallons is going to be a lot of weight sloshing around. So
that's why we put this in a tube, so the wiffle balls can't hit the sending unit, and a tube's full of holes so the fuel can travel in there. This is going to stop the sloshing around and prevent the fuel from traveling across the tank really fast. And in reality, if I was to melt that down, it's probably a 1/8 of a gallon of gas in volume. So we're losing practically nothing. He has tested these balls with every type of fuel out there, including E85, which we're running, 91 octane, which we're running. And the only fuel that expanded the balls significantly was diesel fuel, which we are not running, so no big deal. So let's put some wiffle balls in. And I got some cool colors too, just in case somebody ever opens the tank up.
I think it's going to take a whole nother bag of these.
Okay, now Paul's basically stitching, weld stitching the dash. The dash is now complete, and he's weld stitching it to the frame of the window frame. The dash is all welded in here. That was 2 pieces. You can see the old dash inside of here, and then the new dash that he built. Glove box. Before you make a bad comment, we are only using the box part of that. Sorry for the noise. Progress. If you hear noise, we're making progress, or we're tearing something apart because we screwed it up. We're only using the box end of that, where he's making his own door for that, because that's the most hideous looking door for a boat of this caliber. That would never fly. We got 99% of the hoses all done here, and we are waiting on a couple fittings. They just showed up, and we're ready to drop the tank in. We've had our chase light on. We've got our brackets for our RLB whip lights, as you saw. We may end up moving those. We have a new surprise change of events, whatever you want to call it, happening here. And wait till you see it. I've seen it mocked up. It's amazing. You just got to wait and see it. It's going to blow your mind what we came up with. And the hinges are getting made in stainless right now. The files went out, so next episode this gull wing system should all be in place and ready to actuate. And we're moving on to wiring. Poly 12-inch dash, the Garmin, the RLB panel for our electrical panels and stuff all back in here, and basically get this thing within the next, I know it's noisy here, within the next 2 weeks. I would say in 2 weeks this boat will be done and ready for testing. So please like and subscribe on these videos, and hit that bell notification so you can see the next 2 episodes, probably 2 to 3 more episodes, and then this boat will be in the this boat will be in the water. Thanks for watching. See you next week.